Hello everyone, welcome you again and really happy to meet you again in our live streaming channel on Alibaba. I'm Jason from Zhuchen. Our brand is Zhuchen, focused on producing the pure sulfate MgO board. We have been producing the MgO board for over 23 years and now mainly focus on the pure sulfate board and different specifications, including the standard MgO board, sanding MgO board, high strength flooring MgO board, and some customized and special for different customers. Now we export our MgO board to over 50 countries around the world, and now we have many customers have already cooperated over 8 years in this market, including the USA market, the Canada market, Europe, Australia, and many European countries. We mainly focus on the high-end and premier quality MgO board, and also can help customers to customize the different specifications to be specially meet the requirements for the wall panels for the different applications. So today, maybe we have some friends are new here and new in this market. Before maybe in the market of the plywood, wood industry, and gypsum board, and other traditional materials like the fiber cement board. Today, I would like to share a basic topic and some basic information about the MgO board. Like what is the MgO board and what it can do to use in the building market, and what is the advantages of this type of board so we can use in our home in the building project. So during our live stream video, during this live streaming video, you can share your questions, and if you are wondering which point I'm sharing is not very clearly, you can send me message here, or you can leave your contact information so that our colleagues online will contact you immediately. And we also can share you the files, the videos I share in this video. During this video, I will share you some pictures, documents, and videos. If you are interested, you can leave a message. Our colleague will contact you and share you online or by email. That's no problems. So let's from the beginning. What is the MgO board and what's the main materials? For the MgO board, it has a very long history, and it's also a type of the cement materials. We call it magnesium cement. It's not the same as the cement, fiber cement, or the concrete, but it is also a cement materials. The main material to produce the MgO board is MgO powder. Is the main materials. Most part of the board is the MgO powder, and magnesium sulfate. Some factories use the magnesium chloride. Also, it contains the fiber glass mass, nonwoven fabric, and bamboo fiber, and the most important reinforced material is fiberglass mass. Also, it contains some perlite. It's a kind of feeding materials in this board. So I will explain to you one by one. So first is the MgO powder. MgO powder is a kind of materials burn. It's kind of burned magnesium from the natural mines. It is a kind of natural materials. Its color is white, and it is the main material, so that you can find most of the MgO board are white color, no special colors. All the other special colors also can be made, but the most common color, regular color, is white. because the main material MgO powder is white. Another factor I would like to share with you is the MgO powder is, if you look or research on the internet, you can find that most of the MgO board suppliers are from China. Maybe you can find some other suppliers from different countries, but most of them are also work together with some factories in China, or if they import some raw materials, especially the MgO powder from China. That's because MgO, that's because China has the biggest sources of the MgO, of the magnesium in China, in north of China, so that you can find most of the suppliers and factories are in China. Maybe you can find some other factories or come from Turkey or maybe USA. That's because they also have some MgO mines in their countries. So that's, but the most and the highest quality and the most mature production market is in China. So if you are interested in this product, welcome to contact with us. We have been in this market over 23 years, and in fact we also provide the MgO board making machines by our different branches, so that we know very well about the MgO board, know about its production process, know about the quality of the raw materials, know about how to check the quality of the MgO board and how to produce a premium quality MgO board. So let's back to the raw materials. First is the MgO powder. MgO powder is non-combustible materials. It's as we can know from the production process, it's kind of burned magnesium, so it cannot burn again. So that is a non-combustible materials will have really great fireproof performance. The second important material is the I can show you some pictures about the raw materials. First is the MgO powder. You can see here it is maybe not very clearly from the screen again. It is white color powder forms like the powder. It's kind of, it's maybe like some materials very fine. It's a MgO powder. So another important material to make the board is the magnesium sulfate. You can also find some factories use the magnesium chloride. Chloride is also a type of formula to make the board. We will share you more information about these two different formulas in the following videos, so you can keep eyes on our channel, or you can contact our colleagues. We will share you more information. So about the MgO sulfate, not MgO sulfate, it's the MgO sulfate. It's the magnesium sulfate. So it's generally it is a type of crystal forms like this. Crystal powder. It's a type of powder materials. When we produce the board, we put the magnesium sulfate like these crystals, small particles into the water and get into the magnesium sulfate liquid to mix in the mixture. Another important materials which determines the strength of the board is the fiberglass mass. It is important materials to determine the strength of the board. So maybe you also can see from the picture, it's type of the fiberglass mass. The fiberglass mass has different specifications and different qualities. Here in my hand, maybe you cannot see it very clearly. This is a type of the fiberglass mass, and this one is another one. It's from this way. This one is a type of glue coated mask which have much more strength and lifespan than the standard mask because it's covered with type of glue on the surface. So sometimes we use for some special customized boards, we will use this type customized fiberglass mask. So when you want to purchase the MgO board and want to know about the quality, fiberglass mask is a very important factor to ask your supplier. So how many layers you use in the board and what type of grab is the weight, it's grab. About the mesh we use in the board, it's different and different cost, different price and different quality, the most important thing. It's a clear show you the mesh, different mesh. Sometimes you can hear from the customer, hear from the supplier. Maybe they use also 10 grams or 100 grams, same grams mesh, but the mesh is also different. You can see it very clearly. It's two different types of the mesh. Another materials to use in the board is the nonwoven fabric. Nonwoven fabric is show you a picture. It's nonwoven fabric. The fabric is very common in the daily life, especially these days due to the virus. We wear a mask. The mask also uses the nonwoven fabric to make the mask. When producing the board, I can show you a structure on the board. Okay. This is structure of the board. Maybe you are in a mirror. Okay. So. Okay. Okay, from the mirror. Okay, you can see that this is a typical structure of the standard board. Let me show you one by one. This layer is the smooth layer. It's a type of the slurry when we producing the board. I can show you the process later, so you can keep watching. The next layer is the nonwoven fabric. It's only used for make the board more beautiful, looks more smoothly, and to combine with the slurry to make the surface more smooth and more flat. The next layer, the third layer, is the fiberglass mask. The next layer is the middle layer. We call it middle layer. It has the magnesium oxide, magnesium sulfate, bamboo, and some other filling materials in this layer. Okay, the next one is the fiberglass mask, and the next one is nonwoven fabric, and the last one is the MgO layer. It's also feel like a type of slurry, but for the nonwoven fabric board, this is a typical structure. The nonwoven fabric is only used for make the appearance, make the board looks more beautiful and looks more flat. Nonwoven fabric doesn't strengthen the board, doesn't have benefits to the strength of the board. So for the next one for the raw materials. Okay, next one, nonwoven fabric, and next one is the bamboo. We use in our board we use the bamboo. It's type of the filling materials to make the board more flexible. When we contact with our customers, some customer wondering, I don't like to use like the bamboo or like the wood dust. So if I didn't use these materials in the board, we suggest not, because if we do not use these filling materials, the board will be more hard and easy to break, so it doesn't have the flexible performance. But it also cannot add too much sawdust or the bamboos. It will make the board weak and high moisture absorption and make the board more soft. So in our factory, you can see as I introduced it, we use the bamboo to instead of the wood dust. What's the advantage is the bamboo is more water resistant. As you know, the bamboo can use as pipes to transfer the waters. It is more water resistant compared to the wood dust, and it feels more harder, so make the board performance better than use the wood dust. Sometimes we also the last one is the perlite. I can show you a picture of the perlite. Maybe you cannot see it very clearly. It feels very lightweight. The material, the perlite, feels very lightweight, and it is also a type of fireproof materials. To use the perlite, it can lightweight the board and keep the fireproof performance. So most of the board also use the perlite as a filling materials, and also can reduce some of the cost. When you check a sample of the board, you can see some white particles. Maybe that is the perlite. Here I have a special picture to show you. Would like to share with you. This is a type of salt fiber. Salt fiber we use is for some special requirements board. When the board should meet some special requirements, like the strings, like the impact strings, like its long lifespan. From the customers, they need to customize some board for the special project. Then we will try to customize the board to test the different materials. The salt fiber is one of our customers. We help to make a special board, special formula with them. So when we add the salt fiber, the board impact strings and bending strings has a very good improve. So if you have special requirements and for the project, you can tell us, and we are glad to share with you a solution, and we are glad to help you to customize the board. So these are the standard raw materials for making the board. So here I would like to share a video of the production process, but I would like to have a quick video, show you quickly of the production process, so that we can share with you later. Okay. This process is preparing the raw materials. This is the bamboo, and these 4 tanks. 2 green tank is the storage of the magnesium sulfate, and 2 silver tanks are using for liquid, for making the liquid. This is the mixing platform. Different mixtures and PLC control mixing process. After mix the raw materials, it will poured on the production line and lay down the fiberglass mass on the line with the raw materials. And cut into different pieces. Underneath the mixed raw materials, it is the mold. It's mold, PVC mold we use, and get into the kit vehicle. Then the board will deliver to the first-time cure rooms. It will stay there in 12 hours and then becoming solid and deliver to the demolding process. We'll separate the board and the mold and get into the second-time curing process. Then cut the board into target size, and if for the sanding board, the board will be sanded by the sanding machine. We use at least 2 sanding machines to keep the tolerance and the flat of the board. Okay, this is a very short introduction of the production process, so that give you a brief introduction and brief idea of the production process. If you would like to have this full video, and if you want to know more details, you can contact us or leave a message on the screen. Our colleague will contact you. So, and now maybe you already have a brief idea of the MgO board, about what is it and what made it. So you are wondering why we use the board and what the advantages. Here I would like to share with you some videos of the performance of the board. First is this video. See? You can see the flexible of the 6mm board. It's very, very flexible. So when you use in your applications, it can meet your requirements. Another thing. You can see, very amazing. I have more videos to share. So here, let's see if the workers step on it, what will happen. This is a 9mm thickness MgO board produced in our factory. So we can see the performance of the board. It's very good. This looks amazing. Here is another similar video of the 12mm. You can see it's stronger than 9mm and less flexible, but it still performs very good. Okay, great. So these are two samples test of the flexible and strength of the board. Another big advantage of the MgO board is the fireproof performance. Here I would like to share with you a video we done in our factory. So after burned, the board is still integrated and still looks good. If you would like to know more pictures of the test, you can contact us and we would like to share you more. Okay, I would like to know to share with you another video is about the strength of the board. The MgO board is very suitable to use for floorings, and we have some customers to import big quantities of our special designed flooring board. Here is a video to show the high impact strength. This is a 19mm board. 19mm board with a hammer to you can see the board is still, nothing happened. It's still very good. If we screw the board on a span, so do you think how many people can stand on the board? This is a 19mm board. There are totally 7 workers stand on the board, and still the board performs very good, and nothing happened. So you can imagine if you use the board in your project, like the flooring board in your project, in the subfloors, in the modular house, how it can help you to improve the project and improve your customers' satisfaction. You can see these people jumping on the board, and it has very good flexible on the strings. So this is the board. We just show you the people jumping on the board. It's a 19 millimeter and have very high strings because we use a very special fiberglass mass in the board. If you would like to know more about the specification and difference from the common board, we will share with you more detailed information. This is, you can see this is white color, the common color floorboard. It's 19 millimeter. We use a special mesh in the board. Maybe you already can see it. This one is used the gray color fiberglass mass. It's type of the glue-coated mass and provide very strong performance on the board, and it is very lightweight compared to the fiberglass fiber cement board. This is very good alternative to the fiber cement board. If you are using the fiber cement board, you can ask in some samples from us to compare with the fiber cement board you are using now. Our colleagues are online and waiting for your message. So nowadays there are many customers are using the fiber cement board and would like to know some advantages of the board. I can share you some points. You can compare yourself and check it. For example, it is, as we talked, is very lightweight than the fiber cement board. You know, the fiber cement board is very heavy and about 7 kilograms lighter than the same thickness fiber cement board. And another thing is very strong. Our flooring MgO board, it can provide a very strong performance. Like we can compare some data of the board is a 16 millimeter flooring MgO board can compare to the 19 fiber cement board, and our 19 flooring MgO board can compare to the typical 22 millimeter fiber cement board. Like the MOR for the 19 millimeter typical fiber cement board is about the MgO board is about 7 MPa higher than the same thickness fiber cement board, and the board is very easy to use. It can have different as like the tone and grow, like the L-shaped flap, so that it can use very easily in your project, in your application. So it also can save your labor, save your time, and more quickly when you install in your project. So we warmly welcome you to get some samples to compare with your current materials and to know more about the board performance. Then you can decide how to use the board and how to get into the market. So now we know about the board and check some advantages of the board. See here, I would like to show you some samples of the board of different specifications. Our colleague will show you more details about the different types in next video, so you can subscribe our channel and keep in touch with us. This time I will give you a very brief introduction of the board. So first is the standard board. You can see a very smooth surface and relatively rough backside. Maybe the camera is not very clearly showing the backside. It has, you can see the fiberglass mass. You can see some of the mass on the backside. but the surface is very smooth and shiny. This one is the sanding board. Sanding board is also have a very shiny surface because we use very good mold and very fine slurry so that we can make the surface of the board very smoothly and shiny. The back side is very different. The sanding board has been sanded. It cannot show it very clearly. As I said, we welcome you to ask samples from us to check the difference and the qualities. The sanding board has an actual layer of the materials, of the sanding layer. After it produced, it will get into the sanding machine to sand the actual materials so that the backside is more flat, the backside is more smooth, and the tolerance of thickness is much better than the standard, than this one. These are the very regular two types of the MgO board. As we shared with you, we also have a strong flooring board, specially designed for our customers. So this one is special advantage is the high strength, high standard fiberglass mesh. We use this board and our special production technique in producing this board, and we are not very easy to find in the market because I can see only us producing these quality levels in China. So if you are looking for such board, contact us. Is the right choice. Besides these standard boards and flooring board, we also have some very special customized boards and deep processed board. I can show you, maybe you've never seen it before. First, this is a type of laminated board. You can see it's very beautiful, and this surface laminated with melamine paper. And if you look at the back side, do you know what it is? It's aluminum. So we can laminate 2 layers of aluminum on 2 sides, and also laminated melamine paper is PVC film on the board, so it can become a very beautiful decorative board in using a project as a very beautiful layer, out layer, the final layer of the wall panels. Also have some special designs with some holes as can absorb the noise when you use on the walls. And also very special flooring type board. This type of board is very popular on the market, and we are producing the cool board. It's very nice. So sometimes about the application, I should say that sometimes the customer is more smarter than us. They can develop some special applications on the board. Here I have a quick video to share with you. If you look at the video and the final picture, you cannot think about it is what type of the board. This is our customer print the board with our board print the patterns on the board, and you can see it's also very beautiful. Like this, the customer using the wood frame as a partition wall and the flooring as a subfloor, internal walls. Another one I would like to share with you is the SIP. This is very popular in some countries because it is can build the house very quickly and save a lot of labors and At the same time, it can provide a very good performance. So the MgO board can also become very good materials on two sides of the SiP. Yes, it's very, very beautiful. As I know, there are some customers use OSB, like use some other materials as the surface and two-side panels on making the SiPs. The MgO board can also be a very good choice. So if you are making the SiPs, we warmly welcome you to get some sample sheet to laminate in your factory and check the performance. Now we have many customers are producing such panels and has a very good market share. So with the great performance, the MgO board can use different places for walls, for floorings, especially replacing the gypsum board, replacing the fiber cement board, plywood, and it is also moisture resistant and water resistant. So compared to the gypsum board, it can perform much better in some places, in the ceilings, in the walls, and can provide very high strength. For a 9mm fiber, 9mm MgO board, it can be stronger than a 16mm gypsum board. So if you are using such materials, we warmly welcome you to get some samples to compare with your current materials. So now the market of the MgO board is becoming more and more popular. Now there are many big companies are doing these materials, doing this business now, but it still has a very big potential in the market, in building materials market, especially the new models we developed. So if you already in these markets, we will warmly welcome you to contact us to get some samples compared to your current board. And if you still haven't doing this business, why not to come and check? This could be a very good opportunity for you to expand your catalog, to expand your business market share. So today we give you a brief introduction about what is the MgO board and what is the advantage and what it can do in the applications in the project. If you still have some concerns and questions, you can contact us freely. That's no problem. We are waiting for you. So today, that's the mainly content of this live streaming video. If you have questions, if even this video live streaming is finished, we're still online and waiting for you. You can contact us and share your questions. Thank you. Thank you very much. See you offline.